good morning to you. I mean, this is a basic human right, that should be provided for by the municipality. Do we know why at this stage it's taken so long for them to resolve this issue?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Yes, it is. And the worst part about it is that it's an entirely avoidable disaster. This could have been avoided had proper planning and maintenance taken place by those responsible. At this stage, the information that we have is that the temporary pump that was borrowed from Umgeni Water was in the process of being modified to be fitted at the pump station, which affects the 8 reservoirs. And they were also in the process of backfilling some of the reservoirs from another reservoir further up in the west, closer to Shongweni Dam, which will hopefully allow them to fill quicker. But at the moment, there are no concrete timeframes, and as you've seen on the ground, there is a really serious frustration and panic amongst the people.
Yeah. How many people are affected, do you know, by this? We know it's in Chatsworth, but do you know how many people exactly are affected by this water shortage?
I would estimate it to be about 12 wards, and a ward is on average about 40,000 people. So it's a lot of people. It's 8 reservoirs. It's not just Chatsworth, it's also Queensborough, North Dean, and then going up sort of towards Pinetown, St. Gwendolyn's, parts of Marion Ridge, the St. Gwendolyn's reservoir is also affected. So it is a very large proportion of people, and that's also affected the municipality's capacity to provide relief, because there's only so much, relief or auxiliary services that the city has money for and are available. And I would say it's at least 300,000 or 400,000 people that are affected, given the number of reservoirs involved.
Right. Now, with KZN obviously being one of the hotspot provinces in as far as COVID-19 is concerned, what does this then mean for the residents there and the communities there? Not only because they need water, it's a basic human right to consume, but also because the messaging everywhere is we need to continuously wash our hands, make sure that we do whatever we can to protect ourselves from, this virus, and as far as washing is concerned. So how then will this affect not only the residents, I suppose, but even the local government there in trying to obviously make sure those numbers do not increase?
Well, it's a big problem. It's a big problem in a number of ways. First of all, because it's very difficult to stay clean if you don't have water. But second of all, we've seen, and I know there was a lot of footage yesterday, that when the trucks do come, people panic, and it's very difficult to maintain some kind of order. So people sort of mob the trucks trying to get to them and are very close together. We did have all of our ward councillors have been on the ground, and we did ask for community participation and Metro Police to sort of accompany those trucks to try and organise that so the trucks themselves don't become coronavirus spreader events, but it's been very, very difficult to manage. And the other problem is that there are an incredibly high number of COVID cases already in Chatsworth. So we've had people who actually can't get out to the trucks and who are desperate for someone to bring water to them. And the city's capacity to do that, which is augmented by things like a sachet plant, which fills up sachets of water, are all offline. So it's been very, very difficult. And, Chatsworth has been consistently a hotspot area, and the surrounding communities. There are also a high number of informal settlements in Chatsworth and the affected areas. So it's all very, very worrying, and I think that's also contributing to why people are so panicked, because they are scared of this virus and they can't survive without water or stay clean without water.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for talking to us and bringing this issue to light. Thanks, Nicole Graham from the DA.